all the teachers that taught me from the day that they give it to me, like it's down to SS3, apart from maybe 3 or 4, God will punish all of them. One teacher taught me English in SS3. And I will tell this woman that, can you please increase your handwriting? And this woman will say, and I quote,
What does that mean?
Like, I'm not the cause of your problem.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to Unfiltered Conversation. My name is ChiChi, your host. And today's conversation, we're going to be shining the light on something that I think people have less understanding of. And today we are going to do justice to that. I personally believe that this conversation deserves more on the spotlight. And that is why I have the delectable Tife Amadu here with me. And we're going to talk about albinism in Nigeria and beyond. And if I know how Tife is on social media, it is definitely going to be honest, warm, and for sure funny. Funny. That's what it's going to be. Welcome, Tife.
Thank you.
Should I call you Tife though?
Yes.
Because that's Tifeoluwa.
Yes.
Okay, so I would first of all say that I found you first on TikTok, right? That's why I found you, because the video was insightful and at the same time educating and funny. The delivery was funny, but it was very educating. You were talking about being in class and someone was calling you from the back and you couldn't hear and you could hear the person, but you couldn't see. And then you said if it's more than 2 inches, or worst case scenario 3 inches or 3.5 inches, it's a shadow. You can't see anything. So please, if they want to have a conversation with you, they should come forward.
Yes, they should.
They should come. The delivery was, I laughed genuinely, and I was like, oh yeah, that's terribly unfair for someone to stand all the way back expecting that, you'll probably see the person. But let's talk about albinism in Nigeria, right? People have different descriptions of it.
Yeah.
People have different ideas of what albinism is. But from your own perspective, living in that experience, how would you describe albinism?
Living in Nigeria or albinism itself?
Albinism itself. And, from your own perspective, living in Nigeria, how would you explain that?
So for me, normally, according to science, albinism is a genetic condition. It is just a condition. It is not a disease. But because of little challenges that come with it, like the sight problem, the skin, being sensitive to the sun, all those things, that is why it's like as if maybe it is more than the lack of melanin.
Okay.
So, when you can't see from far distance, you can't see even when it's close to you, that it is not maybe big or anything. You can't see it. You are more or less like as if you are semi-blind. I say something that people living with albinism, me personally, I don't know. I act like a blind person. I perform like a blind person. If you are, maybe I know you before now, I can picture that, this is ChiChi from 5 inches. I can say that is you because I know your body posture, I know like your curves and everything. But if I've not met you before, I would know that someone is there. It's not that maybe I would not know that someone is there. I would know that there's a person there. But can I say that's ChiChi or that's Bola? No. But I know that there is someone there. So that video that you saw, someone was calling me. I was looking at the back. Normally like classes, they are always, it's just at the front that there'll be a lot of light, and at the back is like as if it's so dark. So everybody was literally dark. That was why the shadow thing came to play. Because as I was looking at the back, I just saw heads. Like I could not see the person like that. I saw that, like there were people sitting down. I could see that someone was wearing blue. I could see someone was wearing pink. But the person that was calling my name, normally as a person with melanin, you can look at the back. You can see that, this is the person calling me and everything. But we cannot. If it is in the night, in the afternoon, the whole myth and nonsense that people say about seeing in the afternoon, not seeing at night, no matter how there's sun or there's no sun, if we look at you from afar, we will not see you. Not that we will not see that someone is there. But we would not, we wouldn't have the
picture of the person.
We wouldn't have the full picture. So that's why I said shadow, because to be honest, it's always like a shadow. you would look at it. You know that you can, if my shadow is reflecting now, I know that there's somebody there, but I cannot really say that, oh, this is the eye, this is the exact person. You know, like on Instagram, when people are trying to promote their movie, they'll be like, guess this celebrity with like the shadow, this and that is the picture. But instead of it to now be black with their color, with the outfits, we will see the color of the outfit. That is Eve is not inside the sun.
Oh, that's a different thing altogether. Being in the sun.
Being in the sun.
Okay, so I'm glad you were able to just explain all of this, the sight, the skin. We'll get to that as well. But then your parents do not have this. They don't have albinism. Your siblings don't have it. So what was it like growing up? You know, among your family. You know, living in Nigeria as well, and also in schools. Like growing up in a class, how did you feel like from the family at first?
From the family, to be honest, maybe I was aware that I have a different skin. Maybe like 7 years ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I could remember that I looked at the mirror and I was like, girl, you're white too. That was when I realized that it's as if, because, you know, my family did not, there was no any discrimination at all. There was no discrimination at all. I was asking my mom the other day, for her to give me my birth story and everything. And she said that the first stage that she gave birth to me, because except if you want to lie, there's no how you be with Melanie, you give birth and they'll give you the child and the child will be as white as snow. You'd be afraid at first. You'd be like, except maybe now that, there's now a lot of awareness and everything to it. Yeah. That is when you might not be afraid. So she said that when she gave birth to me, she saw me, when she was doing scan, the nurses would be like that because she was working with her auntie, and beside her auntie's shop, there was a Chinese, like a Chinese workplace or so. So the nurse would be telling her that in Yoruba that like that's the Chinese people, they've looked at her stomach, that the baby in her stomach is white, but she did not expect it to be like maybe albinism or really, really, really pale like this. She just expected that, okay, maybe normal yellow purple thing. So when she said that, when she gave birth to me, that she was scared. But when my dad entered, it was like, Oyinbo Lobi, like you give it to an albino. Yeah. Oh, okay. Everybody entered and nobody was like, what is this?
What's the word they use again? Is it Afin?
Afin, yeah. Afin or Osha. Like Osha means mini god.
Oh.
Nobody said that. Kilowa B, like, what is this? If as a mother, you've given birth to an albino, your husband comes like, no, never, this is not my child. That is when problem will start. Mm-hmm. Our siblings came inside, they were like, oh, okay, Oyinbo Saudi. That's what they used to call me when I was younger. Oyinbo Saudi, because my auntie's restaurant is Saudi. So they'll be calling me Oyinbo Saudi. So everybody accepted me. But my mother, she told me that even the old acceptance, the old love, that she still feels like she cannot take care of this child.
Why would she think so?
Because if you look at 95% of people living with albinism, don't let me say 95, let's say 70, especially the ones you see on the streets. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to put it in a way that it will not sound maybe being this thing. Like,
some of them look sunburnt.
Mm-hmm. So you are like, no, that you don't want your child to be like that. This.
Yeah.
You get, so she had that feeling that she cannot have a child that would be like this. So she told me, and I'm exposing her now. She said that she felt like throwing me away at some point, like after like 2 weeks. So my auntie now came, and my auntie is like she watched all this Kim Kardashian, blah, 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 blah. So she's like, it's just the same skin, like, they started making research.
I love that.
Going
research.
Like my auntie helped my mom. At some point, according to history that my mom told me, my auntie was like, okay, if you cannot take care of the child, let's go and sign. Give me the child. When the child is 18, I'll return her back. But it was not after a month that she now came out of that shadow. Now we will call it postpartum depression.
Yes, I think it was postpartum and also a bit of fear as well.
Fear. normally, even without a child that is with a child that is with melanin, you have depression. Not to talk of the child that you don't know what to even do to keep the skin. You don't know if this child can eat salt. You don't know if the child can eat this, that. So she was so confused. But she went to the doctor. I don't know. I don't know how true this is, but she said it. But I don't know. She was just like that. When I was younger, they took me to one hospital and I collected like an immunization 4 times every six months for a year. So that is like one of the things that's prevented my dark spot. But I don't know how true that is. So that was about growing
Because
up.
it almost feels like there are levels to this. Not to say that, you're different. You look beautiful, but just like what you have mentioned, there are some albinos that you would see and like, why is this one red?
Yeah.
Some of them are red, some their colors are different, some come with red hair as well. Some of them, there's this other lady that I see on TikTok as well. She has a son who they had to do like an operation on his eye in India to correct because the son could barely see anything at some point. They are almost like there are different levels of this.
Yes.
So she must have done her own research, but with that you have said, we have to confirm, the immunization part. But then in schools, you were obviously accepted.
In school?
No, in your family.
Okay.
But then coming into the school, growing up and then going to school, how was it like?
It was tough. But then I did not realize there was albinism. I don't know how to put it. I just thought that maybe people were being mean. I did not know that it was because of my challenges that was affecting my grades, my self-esteem. I would just know that I don't like where people are around because I can feel your eye like this on my skin. I can feel the stares. I can feel it like this. I can pass and I know that you're obviously looking at me. I can see. Some people are so bad. They would look at you like this and you'd be like, you won't swallow me.
Exactly. They almost look at you like, this is a strange occurrence.
Yesterday, I went out to pick up my delivery. And as I stepped, it was in the night. And you know that obviously now, we are white. If we come out in the night, like, shh. I came out and the children that were passing me like, blood of Jesus. I just laughed about it. It's like, I've gone through that phase of anger.
They actually said that.
Yeah. They were not trying to cover up and I was with my phone. And now I'm always trying to record any points that, maybe people are trying to show one reaction or anything. But I was carrying my niece, so I could not record. I was so pissed I could not record. Because I'm like, it's as if people don't understand that everybody, we are going through the same thing. We are just trying to have this tough skin. So about school, primary school was easy somehow, but I was feeling, oh God, I failed.
Or was it because of how people perceived you at the time? Or was it because of your eyesight?
I could not see.
Oh, my goodness gracious me.
I could not see, but
Did your parents not know about this?
I've been using glasses since I was in nursery too. I just stopped like a few years ago.
Okay.
We would go to the optician, we would sit down. At some point, I know the steps that they would take to get an eye test. And when you sit down, they'll take this from this to this to this. I've gone repeatedly. I can say the steps to take a test. We were using the glasses and it was not working. It would just be like us. I know that normally in Nigeria, when you're already using glasses, you cannot tell anybody that you cannot see again. You could sound very stupid. You have glasses. You're still telling me that you cannot see. So at some point, I'll just put the glasses so that I can be able to tell the teacher that I can't see. I would sit down in front of the board.
I was about to say that.
I would sit down in front of the board. I would stand up to write. When teachers are writing, they'll be like maybe on the left, and after they'll want to move to the right. So I would want to make sure that I write as the teacher is writing on the left, so that when the teacher is moving to the right, I'm moving with the teacher, so that the other students will not say I'm obstructing their view. So I was very fast in writing. And, you are trying to write. You're not concentrating in what the teacher is saying. You are not, there's no any, all my attention was, I just want to write. So all my attention was, I want to write. So at some point I gave up. I'm like, whoa.
Anyhow,
we shall just leave this school, and we'll pass. I used to, when I was writing junior WAEC, I failed the junior WAEC. I did not even care. Because that maybe me too, I had like a role there because I was not pushing like that. I gave up very, very fast.
Okay.
So if I can't see at some point, but my friends, oh my God, like I appreciate them. If I can give them money every day,
We will definitely
I
do that
would.
at
Like,
some point.
you know, they
Because
really
we're able
helped
to
me.
confide in them and tell them the situation.
When my friends are at some point, you know that primary school now, you're still young, you nobody, you don't really care about what anybody say. Oh, you're standing in front of the board, oh, you're doing this and so. But when we were growing up now, we're trying to do CC, so you don't want to stand in front of the board, you want to sit down and be,
And look cute.
good and look cute. So I was trying to be like, no, me say if I will see from this board, this chair, what is it gone? So I will sit down, I will just be looking at this, I will just be straining my eye. That I must just see from. So my friends, they would notice, they would drag my book, they will help me to write. Sometimes my friends will be writing, I'll be copying their notes. Instead of them to flip, they'll wait for me to write before they flip
Before they flip it.
like that. But the teachers, you see, all the teachers that taught me from the day that they give it to me, like it's down to SS3. Apart from maybe 3 or 4, God will punish all of them.
Because is it that they made it difficult for you? And they knew the situation.
I don't know. Maybe they knew. Because to be honest, I don't know.
Fair enough. Because I think what they should have done is that at the time, which I'm talking about your experiences growing up, especially in schools, because it's one thing for your parents to understand.
Yeah, it's another thing for the outside.
For teachers, which I would say that the children have been committed to you.
Yeah.
Your job is to teach them and ensure that they learn. But these people failed you because they didn't put you through that.
At all. You know that, okay, yes, they knew. Yes,
they
because
knew.
every school I went to, my mother would go the first day, explain to the principal, the proprietor, that this girl cannot see from afar. She has to sit in front. But I guess they thought maybe the solution was me sitting in front.
But going to actually check in.
No.
It
was only my teacher in basic 3, 4, and SS2 that did that for me. Like, I can remember their names. You know when everybody, they've shown you shaking, and the people that really showed you love,
they will stand out.
They will stand out, So especially my primary 3 teacher, she had an albino too.
Oh.
So she understood. Like, after every class, she'll call me. At some point, they were calling me a PA. She'll call me and tell me that, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. She'll explain to me. She'll tell me to explain. At some point, it was like as if maybe she was disturbing my life.
You passed that
point, but it was late.
Oh.
When normal, like the plural, singular, all those little grammar that, you've been taught from primary school that is meant to build up the foundation. So the foundation was already somehow.
It was already shaking.
It was already shaking. So that time it was just like, okay, let's just patch like that. So, one teacher taught me English in SS3. And I will tell this woman that, can you please increase your handwriting? And this woman will say, and I quote,
what does that mean?
Like, I'm not the cause of your problem.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Some people are not deserving of that title, being a teacher.
At all. Because if teachers can take their job as a calling and not just a job, they would help a lot of people living with albinism to achieve their goals.
Absolutely.
Because even because of God, and when I was entering uni, I determined that, okay, that foundation already spoiled, or maybe it was affected. Now this is another foundation, and this is in my hand and God's hand.
You said that to be vocal about.
So I prayed to God that we must not use board.
Oh.
Because that's when the problem will start, when I'm trying to see again. So sometimes like this, if our lecturers want to write on the board, I will pray that you will not see marker. You will not write. But you know that now, if they even want to write on the board, there's phone. I can easily snap it. I can zoom, write and everything.
We have a lot of research aids now that even if you write it on the board, you can also do your own research on the side.
Exactly. So like that. So now the education, fantastic.
Yeah. Did your parents ever think of getting you a lesson teacher or anything?
Yes.
So that was actually what helped you as well.
Another thing apart from albinism was I was not really a serious girl like that.
Oh, okay. Away from the albinism.
So all the lessons, they were vexing me. Like, they will come and teach. You know that when you were eager to do something, like there's now one or two challenge, affecting it, you'll be like, it should just be sha. I don't know if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a time that okay, you're like, okay, I want to know this book. And the time that you now decide that you want to know the book, maybe you cannot see well. There's one thing or the other that just comes
Absolutely.
in that's
So if we want to move on from that, then growing up, right? Still growing up until now, you said somebody saw you and said, "Blood of Jesus," yesterday. One of the children. I know you must have experienced some things like that, through your adult years and even your teenage years. Did that affect the way you actually saw yourself?
I was stubborn.
Naturally.
So you cannot, for you to say something that would affect the perspective I have about myself. To take time. I don't. Yeah, I'm because of I'm a believer of Christ. So you are not whatever you say I am. I know who I am. So
this had been your perspective
growing up.
There was no time it ever tampered with your self-esteem to an extent that you started to start questioning.
There's no how. You can't see. There are some things you can't do.
It is the size part for you.
Yeah, that's the major thing. That's the major challenge. You can't see. You can't go out in the sun. You can't participate in outdoor activities. You can't do sports. All those things. So sometimes you be like, what's in this up now? Like,
so since you can't go out in the sun, but you're currently a student right now.
Yes.
So how do you do it? With the Nigerian sun?
I use umbrella.
Okay.
I use umbrella. I apply sunscreen.
Everywhere.
If I'm in my house and I want to shoot and I know that I need the UV ray, I would apply sunscreen. So, you must be very intentional about your skin. If not, to spoil.
So you're very passionate about albinism awareness. Yeah. How did you start creating this content, talking about it? What motivated you to start it? Because I don't see a lot of people do it. It's just recently that we have, like they said, the mother that has the child that has albino. I've also seen another one as well. And even at that, the comments are not, I don't know how to say it. Like, I see comments on the page like, oh, this one, the pikin fine. This one, albino, we fine. This one, if not albino, will be make I born. Albino. It's almost like a backhanded compliment. I see it and I'm like, if you want to say this child is beautiful, you just say it. It's like, if this is how albino is, I want to give one. Once I share this child now, I feel albino just to Igbo. It's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
So even at that, and you said that you were bold enough to start pushing out content on albinism awareness. What motivated you to do that? So
I like to make videos normally.
Okay.
And I've started content creating since like 2020. 2020, everybody was less busy now. So I used to make YouTube. But I was like that. I want to do something that I know that I can create 100 videos about it without maybe researching or anything. So I was like that. What is Tife? Like, what do you think Tife knows like a lot about? Because I don't like to be stupid. So I wanted to, choose a niche that I know that I've lived the experience, that I can tell you, if you have an albino now, I know what you need to do from the 0 to at least 18, that the child can, take care of his or herself. So when I started with explaining types of albinism, that there are more than 7 types and everything. And when I saw the old, engagement and everything, I was like, okay, it's as if people don't really know about. So when I started, I did not start with, I want to really push any negative narrative away from people. I just wanted to say 1 or 2 things about myself. I did not even expect that people would be so interested about this. So the comments, I was like, okay, it's as if, don't wonder people used to act like mad people outside. It's because of they are not aware at all about it. So my teacher, sometimes I don't blame them, because I'm like, maybe they were not really
But
aware.
I mean, the least they should have done was show kindness and show empathy.
Some of them did. Some people, their mouth is
Definitely
just
not the one that said she's not the cause of
No.
your problem.
even normally to people without albinism self, her mouth was bad. Not to talk of me. That's
Absolutely. So it was a way to help educate people, and it was also doing well. What are the most common questions you are asked online? When you put out your content.
They're mostly stupid questions.
Please share those stupid questions with
us. Some people, the most common one is very, very, very rubbish. Is it white down there? That question, there's no any video I upload that at least one or two persons did not ask that question. But maybe, the reasonable one, some people ask, do we eat salt? Are we gods?
What is the idea behind the salt?
I have a video about it asking that.
What is the idea? Because you've mentioned this before, and I was like, huh? I've never heard of albinism and salt in the same sentence.
Because I'm like, what?
But why do people actually talk about salt?
I don't know. Maybe we can ask them. I don't know.
Tife is a god.
I don't know.
At this point.
I don't know why they're like, we can't eat salt. I don't even know. I don't know because... Some people I don't eat salt. Some people that I even know, maybe my hairstylist, they'll be arguing with somebody like this that she does not eat salt. And I'll be looking at them like, now you they cook my food. I and one of my classmates, we went to go and buy food at the cafeteria, and somebody was like asking, do you eat salt? My classmate was asking, no, she does not eat salt. This food that we came to come and buy here, it has no be salt they use cook. And I don't understand the ideology behind the whole salt.
But because on the pod today, we are talking about your experience.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if people want to do their research on albinism to an extent, do your research. That's why we have AIs, we have our phones, we have our laptops. But we are talking about your experience, and that will also help people, guide people into researching. Mm-hmm. Growing up with albinism, or even living with albinism, are there meals you're supposed to avoid eating? Probably because of the lack of melanin on the skin and the eyes. Are there meals that you should eat more, and there are meals you should eat less?
So yesterday, I learned that because of the lack of melanin, we actually have to eat a lot of fruits, like beetroot, fruits that produce a bit of vitamin A, D, something like that. Because our vitamin immune system is low.
Oh.
Yeah. But many albinos don't even agree to this, because I made a video about it the other day, and many people living with albinism were like, no, my own immune system is not low, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because for me to see the sun is very rare. And normally, the sun is providing one nutrient, at least.
Vitamin D. Or vitamin A.
Because we do not enter the sun, we are lacking that thing. The nutrients that the sun is providing. And melanin is a big thing.
It is.
In the skin. So you have to take a lot of, at least, fruits, to just improve that immune system, to improve the gap that melanin is opening in our body. So some people don't really agree, they're like, we can live normally, we can eat anything we like. I eat anything I like. But I don't know, maybe it's personal allergy. I don't take wheat.
Okay.
I don't take wheat. I don't drink malt, wheat, biscuits.
Anything that has barley, wheat.
I don't eat it, but I don't know if it is albinism or maybe personal allergy. Yeah. Because I have some albino friends, and they're like, they do eat biscuits, they drink malt, and they are fine.
Talking about albino friend, is it because of you guys became friends because you guys shared something in common? Did you people share the same experiences, especially maybe two of you working together, and then they sit down are they sisters, are they brothers? You get that sometimes when you're with them?
I only have at least one albino friend. Or maybe let's say two, but I'm close to one. We don't really work together like that. We don't see like that. We just chat online. Maybe if I make a video and she just wants to just tell me about her own experience. So I'm like, oh, more like, Tife, I know that you too, you were going through this, blah, 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 blah. Just talk about it. And apart from the melanin, there's one condition that we have as albinism. It's photophobia, being sensitive to light.
Okay.
So that photophobia too, that's what is even the main problem, sef, apart from maybe melanin or anything. So that's basically it. The OCAs. They are like people that have, pale skin, they are fair, they can have like brown hair, they can have, some people, there's like, some people be like, I was Oyibo before, it's sun that's,
That can
that those people, like, they lack melanin, small. You get, so people that are fair, people that like maybe have brown hair, their eyes like maybe blue, just different.
Are there some people with albinism that do not have any form of eye the issue with the eyes?
I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't think you will have ni.
Okay.
You will have, like, if your hair is even black, or maybe your skin is not as pale as mine, there will be, especially the eye.
So with the eye thing right now, you're still a student and you've talked about how you navigate it. Have you made inquiries to see if there's any way to actually mitigate this thing, like going forward? Do you think that this is how you want to? You said you can't see in the sun when you're in the sun. Also, when someone is calling you from afar. So is there any way this can actually, you can find a way to provide better support in this situation?
I don't know. But about seeing in the sun,
because glasses at this point cannot help.
It's not even about that we can't see in the sun. It's just that we'll be squinting our eyes in the sun. It will be difficult because of photophobia. So that's just about the whole sun issue. Like that. It's not that maybe we are blind like that in the sun, but we cannot just, the light is always so much, and we like this, like trying to see and everything. But the solution, I don't think there's any solution for now. Even surgery is not solving it.
That's not very encouraging for the mama that took her son to India for the cornea operation.
I don't know. Maybe as the boy is growing, maybe they can, I don't know, maybe we would see like little changes or anything. I don't know if it's working for Zayn. I think that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name. I think living with Zayn.
I don't know if it's working for him. I can't say, but I know like that. I don't want to say that maybe it's not working or anything, but I know that if that solution is actually,
if it works,
if
a lot
it
of people
works,
will be going for it.
On me, I wanted to go for it too.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes, I wanted to go for it. I'm like that. Maybe when I see her, I would ask her, and I saw her the day I met her, I could not have that conversation with her. So, and me, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, how big?
You've learned to love and live with it. Which begs me to ask, do you actually, generally, just joke about, living with albinism, or do you think it's just for close friends?
Sometimes I just joke about you. Someone who knows I'd be depressed.
Because, I mean, for me asking the question is very ridiculous because you literally just joked about it in the video that I saw. It said 3 inches, 3.5 inches.
You know that video, yeah? I was, when I made the video, me, myself, I was rewatching, I was laughing. Because I'm like that, this 3 inches skin corner, people would not, but I did not even expect that to even go viral like that at all. Like maybe, if it was going to go viral, maybe 500k or maybe 20k views and everything, but I joke about it a lot. Me, I would joke about, like, if you're okay, like now I'm an event planner.
Okay.
If my client is like, oh, they said that they were outside, that I cannot see in the afternoon.
Oh,
like he said, because if you say it to me, it might hurt me. So I would rather say it before you do.
Okay.
So that it is me. It is from me. I know that I'm the one that said it. I was cooking the other day and I poured the oil. And when you pour oil and the onion, the steam would come up.
Yeah.
And when I wanted to pour the pepper, I could not see the pot itself again. It was just the steam that was. And I was telling my friend, the man that will marry me must love me. If I can't tell him that, I know they see soup again.
Oh my goodness.
Something like that. Like,
yes.
Joke about it. Sometimes, like as a person, some people, I just feel like it depends on your perspective. It depends on your upbringing. That is how you take the whole albinism thing serious. Some people, they don't apply sunscreen. Some people, They don't care. They're like, you are saying, oh, when you want to enter the sun, you should wear an ad. You should. Some people don't care.
They just live there.
They just leave and they're like, they must also, they must also, they must also, you know. And there's one albinism coach online, and I love one video that she did. That she was telling people that you don't have to go and walk in the sun as a person with albinism. You can do online job now. Everything is tech.
To be fair, you don't, even without albinism, you do not necessarily have to be under the sun to prove a point.
Because I'm like, that's sun, it used to cause cancer to our skin. So why are you guys under the sun? Like, I don't get it. Do you want to prove that, oh, you can live the normal life that the people with melanin?
Hardship.
I don't like suffer. So I will not want to say I want to
albinism or not.
So for me to enter the sun or anything, you get, because me now, I used to say it's like, if you want to build your house as a person with albinism, your tiles cannot be white or with like white and strap of black and everything. You know, like when you're sweeping now, the black will be looking at the tiles, you not see it again. So you must have like something like this that it's like a neutral color that when you're sweeping, so you can see what you're sweeping. Or some people will say no, that they want to have the white tile and they will see it.
You know, what are those things? I know you've mentioned a couple, but what are those things that you think that those living with albinism can do better? What, even generally, even living with other people, what are those things that you think that they need to take into cognizance and actually do better with?
They should love themselves better. Number one. Because if you love yourself, you will know that like people around you, the way you carry yourself, that is how they would approach you. So you want to be addressed the way you're addressed. Or what did they say it?
Yes,
you know,
you will be addressed the way you present yourself.
The way you present yourself. So if you too, you're entering a room and you're like, this one cannot see you. You would have, everybody would have this perspective about you and everything. So love yourself, because Nigeria, if we like, we should do awareness from today till Jesus come. They will still call you in book. They will still tell you that you cannot see. People don't hear what. They will still, like Nigerians,
lack of decorum.
They will still say that, oh, you cannot. They will still tell you that that they have never seen an albino, that they've never seen the poster of the obituary of an albino, that do we disappear and blah, blah, blah. They will still say it.
Oh my!
So if you don't,
oh my goodness, you repeat it again. Repeat it that they have never seen the poster of an albino.
The obituary, that so maybe we disappear, that we don't die. One of my mom's friend, her mother is an albino. She died the other day. My mommy sent me the flyer that maybe I should upload it, that albino, they die.
My goodness.
So you have to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you question yourself. No matter anything I tell you, no matter what anybody else tells you, you would not believe it. You still have doubts. So you have to love yourself. Another thing, master your skill. If you're an event planner, you're a makeup artist, know it to the T.
Why?
Because if you don't know, let us just call it spade a spade. If you have like a challenge or something, you must have one thing to be proud of. Like nobody can say any other thing to that thing. Like now, when I wanted to enter uni, I was like, I must be the person that they'll come and meet that I don't understand this thing, not me. So I enter with that energy that I will know this book. So, and now, like at least, I'm doing very well. But just imagine that I don't know my book. I'm not going to go and ask somebody that, oh, like, can you explain to her? It's because she's an albino. Normally self.
They already see like your physical challenge.
So you must be good at what you're doing. If not, they would try to put that your bad side. They will try to connect it with your skin. They'll try to say that it's because of you are an albino. That is why that thing is happening. They will not know that, okay, maybe it's just your personal challenge or personal issue.
Your mental health is also there. Your skin your faculty.
You get, because some people will be like that. Why is it that somebody commented yesterday and was asking me that why is it that many people with albinism, they know it's to have sense?
No.
Like the person was like that. Most of you guys used to do as if maybe you have mental issue, and it is us that would correct this thing. When you are now, you enter a room, you are doing like as if maybe somebody is there to help you or anything. Enter the room, gbagbe, enter. If you cannot see, tell them you cannot see it. Be audacious.
That's the word. Be vocal.
Because these people, like, you people, black people, you.
I feel the fifth. Not for me. Not for me. But I'm so glad that you're saying this, because when you hone your skill, when you hone your knowledge, people have no reason
to say that
speak up and
they will forget that you are living with albinism. That's just it. You're working in a company now, and they want to maybe do like a web design, or go and meet Tife. It's Tife that can do it. Nobody will say that she cannot see you. They know that it is only Tife that can get the work done. So they will go and meet Tife and say that it is Tife that can do it. When I was in 200 level, I directed, because I'm studying mass communication, so I directed one of like our projects, and every time my lecturer will be like, Tife must be the director. And my directing, sometimes like this, when they are acting, I'll be like, you people should retake it. I did not see it from the back. And my friends will just laugh about it. You understand? But I would have normally, maybe I'll be like, if they're shooting from there and I'm here, I might not be able to see them. Sometimes I think like that. There's no how it will not come to your head that will you say this thing? But you just be like, if you don't see, they will retake it.
They will retake it.
Because you are the boss there. It's not that maybe another person is the one trying to say, Tife, go to this place, Tife, do this, Tife, do this. You understand? That's another reason why I started event planning. Because I'm like, I don't want to enter a party where I am trying to look for where the seat is. I want to enter a party where you're telling me that, Tife, where is my seat? Not the other way around. Because normally when you enter a party, you know that everywhere is crowded now. Even people with melanin, you will be looking left, right. But as an albino, if you're already looking left, right, they are saying you cannot see. That is why you're looking left and right. They would not say that it's because of maybe you're trying to figure out where your seat is. So you have to people will say that, like where we can do it, we should just do awareness. It's a lie. We've been doing awareness since all these days. People are not listening. This video about that cannot see from afar. I went for a party on Sunday, and some people that saw that video saw me. They were like, is this not Tife from TikTok? Can you see me now? And the reason why for the video was not for mockery.
It was not for mockery.
It was for awareness.
It's for awareness. So they come.
So when you see me, you know that you're meant to come closer. But people did not do like that. They were like, that's Tife. I'm here now. Can you see me? That's not Tife from TikTok. I was just laughing. You get. And sometimes, like, if you don't meet me,
like it or not, the message has been passed. The message has been. Can you see me now? Yes, you're making a joke, but either way, I can't see you. So if you really want us to have a conversation,
you come close. Because sometimes like this, when we're in events, this thing, my assistant knows my condition that I cannot see. If maybe the coordinator from the stage is like, hey, madam, can you call? It will be going to the front already to go and talk to that person. You understand? My friends, if my friends are working with me, they know that they cannot call Tife from afar. Or my friends will be like that. What, when you're sitting down now, another thing why some people used to think that, why do you go Christmas and I've been on this? You're sitting there now. I want to tell you that, look at that boy, look at his cap. I cannot tell you, but look at that boy, see his cap. I can't even see the boy. Not to talk of seeing the cap that is not well placed.
My goodness.
So sometimes if my friends like, Tife, can you see that thing? My friend herself like this, my closest friend in uni, she would have snapped it for me.
Then zoom in.
She would not come and say, Tife, come and see that guy that is this. She would not show me like this with the picture on her phone. And before we go to that point, she has said it sometimes like, can't you see it? You yourself be like, you cannot see that in here. Like you with Melanie, you be wondering, you can't see it. But I had to explain to her, and she understood, and now we are cool. There's no see somebody from afar. Sometimes she'll forget. She'll be like, sorry.
But then she recollects
that kind of thing. But some people like this, if they've told them that you cannot look at that thing, they'll be sad and everything. And I understand we cannot be the same thing, but someone you cannot be sad though.
Cannot.
Ah,
You cannot actually, because at the end of the day, you have to learn to love and accept who you are and work towards even succeeding regardless of that situation.
this thing you said, there's one Yoruba saying that used to say that people living with albinism, they do not succeed. Like they do not. I don't know how to really put it in English like
They
that.
don't go far.
Like walking rogolo. Like their glory does not shine. That kind of thing. And I was having a conversation with one of my albino friend the other day, and I was telling her that let's fashi the fact that we are trying to improve the self-esteem of other people like us. And I'm saying this thing because I wanted to make a video about it, but I know that maybe this might have, large audience. You see, you look at it, you can't see from afar. If you collect model job and it's outside, so once it's ready, you cannot start your shoot unless it's 4 o'clock if it's outside, so that your skin does not get burnt. There are many, many things that is obstacles. If you're not audacious, you give up on your dream.
Absolutely.
So that saying of people of Yoruba people, if they are albino, they not determine like this, that no matter what, no matter the obstacle, no matter the circumstances, no matter the challenge, I will succeed. And you cannot say it with church or joe. You have to
You
show
have to
working.
show workings. Talking about, myths, right? Talking about assumptions. What are those myths that you think that, Nigerians should genuinely stop spreading?
The major one is that albinos are mini god. No, we are not. We are humans like everyone. We can feel, we can touch, we can love, we dream, we can walk. So please employ us. We just have little challenges here and then. We are like humans. We are not like we are humans, I beg.
But then, those are myths. Then what questions do you think that people should, maybe if they want to inquire or they want to ask, what questions do you think that they should actually ask that you are more than willing to answer?
You can ask this question, but not in
In an offensive
in an
way.
offensive manner or anything. If someone is beside you living with albinism and you know that that thing that you guys are doing, they require a very good eyesight, you can just ask the person kind, like, can you see it? Can I help you? I went to Panarotti's pizza to get pizza, and the staff, oh god, I felt seen. The guy was like, I wanted to pay. You know that they will paste the account details at their back and
Yeah.
it to be far and everything. So I was like, I was trying to snap it, but it was not clear. The guy was not like that. Can I call it for you, please? Like, I was like, I did, like, I felt so sweet about the thing. And he called it for me and it was like, hey, like, okay, something like that. You don't even have to ask that, can they see it? When you see that they are struggling, you can just be like, okay, can I help you? All those little things, you make their day.
It will make their day, most definitely. So please, not in an offensive way. Not, I beg, sure you they see this thing, I be make I know say you no go see them. Things like that. No, absolutely not. Be kinder, to people. But did you think that Nigerians, we are doing better with the awareness, when it comes to people living with albinism?
Yeah, we that were living with the albinism.
Do you think people are better? Do you think people around you are more aware?
Around me, yes, because even family members, classmates, cousins, and everything, they are aware, at least the ones they can see, but some challenges that it's only my mother that is aware of now, like cousins, people around me are not aware, but like society, I beg.
But do you see yourself having like a safe space where, I know you're already doing that with your page, pushing out this content, also pushing out Christian content as well. But do you see yourself creating like this social group or this safe space where people living with albinism can come together and speak with one voice and also push for some, like legal laws of some sort, changing maybe the board or things in school to accommodate people living with albinism? Do you see yourself doing something like that?
So I would not say yes and I would not say no at the same time. I don't like stress. So when it comes to trying to get approval from the government, I'm not really interested. So the only thing I know that I can do is I want to open a school.
Okay.
not just for people living with albinism, but the main, like, not that maybe they will shift their focus on people that are not living with albinism, no. But that intentionality, that's paying attention to details will be in my school. Like when you know that when you're like, oh, that you want to send your child to a school and you're like, and you're thinking, how school should you send your child? I want my school to pop. That's okay. Like, send this your girl living with albinism to Tife school. Like, they used to pay attention to.
They can
these
understand.
people. But I don't want it to be like the school is just for people with albinism. No, so that they don't feel.
But you want it to be able to accommodate them as well. Yes, that it be seen as a safe space for them. Absolutely.
Because especially secondary school, if the teachers can do better, they'll build the students' self-esteem and they can carry it like that. Even this self-esteem things, and sometimes
I think secondary school generally is one of the hardest and trying times for most people. I dislike. I mean, I have no reason, but I actually dislike every waking moment of my secondary school. It's such a trying time. It can either make or mar you. If your self-esteem has been tampered with, you have to take you years to rebuild that. It's not the best. Some people they had a wonderful experience, and I'm not going to say that. But for some other people, that little challenges here and there, it was not really easy. And then for some reason, secondary school teachers don't really see you
at all.
Or like primary school, that they are more dotting. The secondary,
they're like, oh, you're not a big girl.
Yeah, a big girl.
And that's the point where mistakes are made. That teenage age where your brain is just doing nonsense. You're thinking that, oh, should you do this? Should you do this? And you're just making stupid decisions. The people that are meant to be like the guardian for you, they're just looking at you like this thing. I hope and I pray that God will help me to build that school, because it is really on my mind.
Absolutely. And from your mouth to God's ears, I'm cheering you on from this side, most definitely. But I mean, we're running up on the show, so I want to ask something funny. What is your funniest moment? Living with albinism. You have like a funniest one that every time you think about it, you just shake your head and you laugh.
It was the day I was cooking, to be honest.
The cooking thing that you couldn't see the pot.
I was like, oh, Mom, you don't be for me.
No. You hopefully when you get married or just before.
That this marriage issue, with people with albinism, is another issue on its own.
Really?
Yeah,
I do know that there's some people who think that because you're living with albinism,
they're doing you a favor.
One, and then they always think that you will transfer it to the child.
It takes two to tango. The father and the mother must have the gene for them to produce an albino. The mother would have the gene, the father would have the gene, come together and give it to an albino. If it's just the mother that has the gene, they can just be passing it down to each generation. And when they may be, okay, the way my mother is passing albinism now down to everybody, my siblings now, they have the gene.
Okay, they have the gene.
They have the gene because it is in my mother's gene, it is in my father's gene too. So they have the gene. But if they marry somebody now that has that gene too, that albinism gene, it's most likely that they'll give birth to an albino. But if their spouse does not have albinism gene, they would not give birth to an albino. And it's God that used to do it, because my parents, they have albinism, and it's not that maybe all their children is now.
It's just you.
It's just me, So it depends. It's just God's grace. But that sometimes we just have to prove something.
But why would somebody date an albino think they're doing the person a favor?
People used to think so. That they're doing them a favor. They'll be like that. That nobody wants them now. So me dating you is like I'm doing you a favor. Some people are there for experiments. That is it white down there. They are there for experiments.
They want to see.
So I'm always saying this every time, that if you're living with albinism, you need Holy Spirit and you need OT, street OT. The two of them. Because if not, you'll not be able to identify that this nigga is just here to come and see if he's white down there.
And not just even for the men as well.
The men are the ones suffering pass. That as a lady now, I can see that, okay, I want to marry you because of your breasts, your boobs,
if you're well
shaved and everything. But the man, that I was discussing this with my mom yesterday, and I was telling her that, that as a lady now, your man is like, I don't know about all these people that are saying that they want equal rights. Me, I don't want equal rights. The husband is the head of the house. You are the one that will do all this thing.
Yeah.
So, as the man now, you are the one that is meant to protect the family. As an albino, you need protection, not the other way around. For you to protect somebody,
How will you enter the sun self to even
all those kind of things. So you need protection. When you are not the one protecting your husband, it's just more like as if maybe you are married to a blind person or somebody that has one disability or the other, And some people, this albinism thing, God, they are so lucky. They have the side problem and everything, but they've just, their own side problem might not be as worse as because of the types you get. Might not be as worse as my own now is OCA 1A, no 1B. So the white, after the person that is really white, that has white eyebrow, white is not me, my type
is the next one.
So my own, Tigon. So the sight issue is really, really, really there. I've used a magnifier that, that when you're putting on glasses now, then I'll put another one on top. That to be like 4 eye with your eye 6. I've used glasses like that, and they don't work.
They don't work.
You just be looking at and you'll be having headaches and it's not doing any difference or anything. Something like that. The man is the head of the house. He's the one that's going to do the protection. And it's not the wife that has to be saying that, Nike, babe, have you taken your son? Have you used your sunscreen? Have you taken your fruit? Have you
You can't even hide and do this because the phone, you have to increase the size of your font.
And men, they like to shit.
They like to.
So
they will not reduce the font very well. How will you even see the font?
You can't even cheat.
They can even be typing their phone like this and you're sitting here, you can't even spy. Oh,
so it's the men sometimes like this, they are, the men like they're in my DMs and they're like that. TikTok has made me realize that people living albinism, they're actually going through different share of their own
struggles.
Their struggles, like different from
to be honest, you're right. The men too. Sometimes I do see some of the men. Some will just be so ginger, so red. And
as a woman, your man must be attractive.
I saw a wedding book, the Jota. They already got married, and then it was the man and the wife. The man was an albino, and so somebody, I think it was somebody that I know that says, Bessie Mariam.
You understand?
That
but
is
the lady now don't do makeup,
do everything.
Set,
they'll say this one.
It's fine. This one is even fine. This one is even cute. But before they will say that the man is even fine, it will take a while.
Absolutely. So that is why you were very emphatic on the fact that they have to love themselves and they have to own the room. So even if you feel like, of which physically everybody's beautiful, everybody's handsome in their own way, but let your personality speak for you. Some people look for personalities over beauty, over any physical appearance.
People normally they're already looking at your beauty, your personality is now bad. What do you have?
And then someone will say what you are, you're already carrying, you're already shy, you feel like you're not good enough to step up to somebody. So you need to learn to also have that personality to be audacious, just like you have mentioned. You know how you walk up to somebody and say, my name is Tife. And I'm this and I'm this and I'm this. What makes you feel you're good enough for this show? And you reel out the reason why you're good enough for the show. They're like, oh, immediately you shut that person up. You own the room and you get what you want out of it. I think that's important. But what is the mindset you want people to leave this podcast with? What is that mindset you want everybody living with albinism to live with?
Everybody living with albinism?
Yes.
You were specially made by God. Know that, I used to say something jokingly that when God was creating people with melanin, now the same clay they use, He was using the same thing to create them. But when He wanted to create you, He relaxed, He took a step back to create you specially. So there's a purpose for just your skin. There's a divine alignment to it. So if you understand that, that everything that is happening for good. Everything, every plan, the plan He has for you is of good and not of evil, says the Lord. So if you know that at the back of your mind, anything that happened, the God that has made you this albino would open doors for you. The God that has made you this would show you the way. So far, you believe in Christ Jesus.
All right, thank you so much. And that is where we come to an end to Unfiltered Conversations with our amazing guest here, Buluwa Tife Amadu. It's been such an honor to have you here in the studio.
Thank you.
And I hope that this episode will be able to shine the light that we need on people living with albinism. We have to keep speaking up. We have to keep saying it out there. And hopefully, everyone living with albinism can live a better quality of life. And like Tife said, stop entering the sun. Leave the sun and enter inside your house. Okay, it's not for you, and you can have, like we said, a better quality of life. On to another episode of Unfiltered Conversations. Have an amazing one and see you next time. My name is ChiChi. Bye bye.